I thought I'd do a quick follow-up vid on the last one. Yeah, I've just about finished all the clues. I'm really dragging my feet, aren't I? It's bad. Um, but I'm probably more interested in what's the relationship between us and what I'm trying to create. This is what I'm trying to create. And I was just thinking about this room idea, and just even with the two of us, and I think this is really what goes wrong. Um, and it's a very simple concept, so it might be a bit hard for you to understand, all right? When computers first came out, I remember watching Sue, and she could type flat out, right, and work on a computer really quickly. The only problem was our computer couldn't keep up with her. It was too early. So we were getting these things called protection faults the whole time, which meant she'd go like hell and then crash. And she'd go like hell and crash. So she was spending most of the day reopening the computer. And it was frustrating and awful. Then computers got faster and what have you, and they didn't have the problem anymore. They can keep up with us. Now, I've noticed between you and I, both ways. Uh, for example, you'll say something like, or I'll read something where you say, I'm struggling to keep up with, what I thought you were saying is, I'm struggling to keep up with your voice messages and all your messages, and I thought, I was sending a lot. Yeah, okay, she must be finding it a bit of a pain in the ass, so no, I'll back off. And then you say, no, you didn't understand, misunderstanding. And I thought, well, okay, um, there's a potential right there for a big conflict. Yeah, okay, so you don't like. I could assume all sorts of things. Oh, I'm boring you, am I? Or I'm doing this, and maybe you just meant something else. Something else was you're busy and something like that. And you want to listen to the voice messages, but you finally got to do all this and that. And so that's what you may have meant. I don't know. Um, and then I said to you, Raf, um, put Raf in the back. And I hope the last vid explained what I meant by that. And it was just like, yeah, even throw her in. Um, but you thought, oh, you love her. Can you see what you got the idea because I'm mentioning her again? Oh, you must love her or something. And I was really saying, yeah, she's a pain in the ass, but yeah, throw her in. I suppose it might work with her as well. Um, where's the love there? Can you see what I mean? You just didn't know what I was. Now it's a little bit like Sue plugging in stuff into the computer. You hear a little bit crash, get a protection fault, fight, and I think that's what's happening. Rather than spending a bit of time getting to know what a person's on about and getting to know the humour perhaps or what they're like. No, instant reaction. Yeah, I know this person's no good. I know this person. And it's too fast. And the thing is, we all think we're clever. Even you and I, as much as we know one another, often takes a few conversations, and I've even had to go and do bloody whole presentations to explain a concept to you. And what happens is, what do you think, I'm stupid or something? No, it's just, it takes it's often to communicate what you're thinking, all the information to pass it from one to the other can take a couple of conversations, two or three conversations. Sometimes it takes years. For oh, is that what you mean? Um, and it's sort of like there's this thing of we've all got to be super quick and fast. Yeah, pick it up. Yeah, like Sue was quick. Yeah, quick crash. Just kick it up again. Crash. She would have been better off slowing down, but she never ever slowed down. Never learned ever with me. Just crash. She actually just did it quick, bang, then crash, and it was just super fast, super dead. Yeah, speed kills. Yeah, so that's I think that's what happens. Like Raf, for example, I'm talking about Raf again. I was really just saying maybe it's your balance, and she got to call me an arsehole. Why? Because she's really fast. She knew that I was putting her down, didn't she? Not really. If she just waited a little bit, I would have explained it to her. That. But no, we've got to do everything without no effort. So we type everything briefly, no effort. See, look, no relationship. No effort, no relationship. Can you see what I'm driving at? It's so that would be, I'd reckon that'd be rule number somehow. even if we could dream up a term for it, protection fault crash, I think we used to call it with computers. They crashed the things. They just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the speed that we were inputting. So it'd just trip over. And that's what happens between humans. And we don't accept it. And look, you might mean something, but I don't think you're stupid or I'm stupid. It's just that you're typing. It's a pretty, actually, when you think about it, one or two lines of text is a pretty hard, it's a big ask for a complex idea. It's like trying to explain, you know, teaching somebody how to do mathematics with a couple of lines. Yeah, what's the matter? You're thick. Yeah, you need diagrams, you might need movies, you might need to go over it this way and that way and another way until you actually understand what I'm talking about. And so you'll notice, like I used to get a bit frustrated with, it's a simple idea, a paper trail. And the car is, but then again, you don't go for drives. You don't have a family car, So it's all a mystery to you. I mean, you talk about other stuff in the car as well, but it's just something different to sit rather than in your lounge room. You actually, and it's a bit of a distraction. Things are sort of going by. You just chat about this or that, something else. Plus, the act of driving is rather pleasant. Yeah, so that's whatever that is that I'm describing. This protection fault that computers used to have. I think it's the same thing with humans. I was just lucky enough to see it happen with computers. I thought, yeah, it's no different. See you go flat hammer on the keyboard, bang, and the machine falling over. As we were working on, I think it was graphics programs and things. That's why Mac was so good, because it didn't fall over and got a head start on the market. We were using and still use PC. It's not good for graphics. It probably is as good now. I don't know, but I mean, Mac was always renowned for being a graphics program, probably because it had the processing power to handle that sort of complexity. By the time you put a few lines here and a curve, and so on, the processor can't handle it and just shuts down. Yeah, well, that's what it's like trying to communicate even the simplest ideas to you. So I don't know. I've learned to be patient. Even with you, actually, when you say, "Oh, I don't think it'll work," I try to say, I don't even remind you. I've said it before, but I said, "No, well, it's," and you picked it up. So yeah, okay, I supported your idea. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, fair enough. We'll get there. But I mean, it's just I have to be careful that yeah, it's just, a lot of what we do is too quick. Both input and I can take it too quickly. So the thing is, like with Sue's fingers on the keyboard, our mouths, we can talk a lot quicker than we can process. And really, blah, 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 and it's just, I'm still back at the beginning. That's why in accounting I do the sentence and the diagrams. Yeah, and you've got a bit of time to process it. Yeah, it's that idea. Yeah, so I can talk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't say any of this to Raph or to Sue. I could probably say it to Sue. She can ignore it. Or Tina or any of them. It's just like somehow I can say it to you. I don't know why. You're like my wife, online wife. Yeah, tells me what to do. Oh, it's cold, raining, freezing. I just thought I wouldn't put a jumper on, so I've got a new T-shirt on. It's not new, it's an old one. It's just I thought I'd wear it. So a bit of variety. Yeah. So do you sort of get the idea of what I'm driving at? It's just don't boot, don't get upset. Things will be explained. I don't know how to do it. So there's no maybe it's not even possible. Because the responsibility is as much on me, not being too shit. Not freezing up. I wonder why this is doing this. Oh, I have to close off. Hang on, what are we doing? Back again. This is a shit. Yeah, no, it's not in sync. My lips and voice aren't together. Don't know why it's doing that. Yep. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say to you, and try and yeah. And as I was about to say, that it's as much my responsibility in the absorption of the knowledge as it is in the person who's providing the knowledge. You know, we have to work through it. It takes a while. Be patient. I am, and I'm sure you are too. But this is what's not happening in the rooms. People aren't patient. Because you go in and you find that any of the, it doesn't matter who the talker is, because in the rooms you've got the people who don't say much, and you've got the people who are sort of always talking. Yeah, well, the people who are always talking or doing things are often misunderstood. You just have to be a bit patient. You know, nobody says, just try and be a bit patient with everybody. Nobody says that. No, it's just the admins have every right to boot you if you're impatient. Or if they're impatient. Yeah. I suppose it's patience. Yeah. But and it's not a negative thing, it's just a human condition. We are probably becoming more faced with more complexity and becoming even more impatient. Yeah, so it's actually that's probably what's going wrong. And now we're all trying to communicate with one another all over the world. Like if I said to an Australian, I'll have to do my income tax, they'd know exactly what I was talking about. If I say to you, huh? What do you mean? Is it, we've got this, we've got this lack of understanding as well. It doesn't take long to sort it out. I tried a bit in text. I tried to do a voice message, and do it this way and do it that way. You'll get it. The difference with you is you're just communicating with text, which makes it a bit harder because you're just using one method. I'm actually using video, voice, and I'll do diagrams, send you everything, any which you see it this way. Okay, I get it now. If you see it this way, that way, another way, this way, yeah, gotcha. Now think about it. You don't have that luxury in a chat room. It's just text or voice. Mostly just text. That's it. No choice, bank on. No, it's too quick, and it's just that's what happened to me, I suppose. Just processed me really fast. Yeah, booted me, and the damage it'll do in the long run is destroying the town. That's at the speed. It's taken probably a couple of 100 years to build the town. They'll undo it in 5, I reckon. Take them, if 3. Yeah, it's looking pretty sad already. But that's what's happening on the power chat rooms as well. Yeah, they spend all this effort to encourage people to go there and that sort of thing, and then let all these wallies in and just boot everybody and ruin it. I'm not going to do it. I wouldn't waste another minute of my time going back in that room to try and help out a bloke that's just going to get somebody to boot him again. Fuck that. Why would you want to do it? And I've watched it happen over years. Yeah, no, this is why I thought, no, fuck that. Cut that. I don't go in there. It's wasting my time. Wasting my time in real. Why would I want to bother? No, I want to create my own world. But, and to get you to understand how I'm going to do it. And this, I think, is the major problem. It's too quick. You're not hanging out well, but even we have problems. But somehow we have to try and figure out how we can do it with others. Because what we talk about is pretty complex. Even it's pretty complex. You think about it. It's not easy stuff. It's not like, what's the weather like today? Because you're in Romania, I'm in Australia. It's really, really complex now. Yeah, so, we just have to find different ways to communicate and to come this way, come that way, particularly when you only use text. Yeah, it makes it even harder. Yeah, doing business with communist countries is just not easy. Anyway, I think you should get the idea of what I'm on about. I don't know, just sort of, I think we have to coin a term for it, something lag or something like that, brain fog or brain lag, I don't know, who knows, but something to sort of say, yeah, okay, That's why, when you said you didn't understand what I meant, I was like, yeah, well, you're always like that. Okay, so I'll go this way and I'll go that way. And I figure now I'll just take a bit more time, talk about. So I think this one or the previous one, I said, yeah, we don't just talk about what we're seeing when we drive. We talk about other things, just normal stuff, what work was like, something, anything. But it's just a pleasant room to be in because you're just something to look at, something to distract rather than sitting in the lounge. But see, even there, I'm expanding what you know. How would you know if you don't go for drives? You don't actually feel free to talk in a bus, do you? I mean, everybody's around. They don't want to hear what you're not going to. But in a car, you'll talk about anything and everything. Yeah, so yeah, it's different, but you wouldn't know that experience. See, uh, unless you had a Google car. Now think about that. All the people that don't have a car can have a Google car. Yeah, Google car. Is there anything called Google car? I wonder. Yeah, there's the autonomous car. Yeah, Google car. I have to look that up. Yeah, Google bus, Google car. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going. I've got to do this. These lists. Be a good boy. Bye.